There were other international brigaders in the past, but the international brigade is something that in size, in volume, it is the greatest ever. And we were the greatest manifestation of international solidarity in history. This was not a Spanish affair, but it involved fascism. It was very important that everything must be done to stop it. The battles of Jarama, of Guadalajara, Brunete, of the Ebro, where they were not skirmishes. They were the opening battles of the Second World War fought on the continent of Europe.
Galos orisete. Well, it's a very great privilege and honor to be with you, even though remotely, to open this very important conference, which is co-organized by the Promitheas Institute, the Research Institute of the Promitheas, and also the Department of History and Archaeology of the University of Cyprus. The theme of the conference is the participation of Cypriot volunteers in the Spanish Civil War. This is a very important theme, and I have been aware for many years that there is a great deal of ignorance about the role of Cypriots in Spain. And this is unfortunate because I believe the population of Cyprus in the 1930s was about 350,000. There were about 40 to 60 Cypriots who fought in Spain. When you look at the numbers, the statistic I find very interesting. Cyprus sent more volunteers to the Spanish Civil War than any other country. And I think this is something that Cypriots, modern Cypriots, should be very proud of. It is therefore, I think, sad that, so far as I'm aware, that still today there is no public memorial, no recognition of this huge contribution. So, for me, your work today at this conference and over the next few days will be important because it will lay a foundation for which I believe Cyprus can move forward. Why is this important? Well, I think it's about understanding the reasons why Cypriots fought in Spain and why these lessons must be learnt and applied again by future generations. So, although in the 1930s Spain was the challenge of that time, what is important to understand is that there are new challenges today and there will be future challenges that will confront Cypriots, and I believe the spirit of people like my father and the other Cypriots who went to Spain, great Cypriots like Ezekias Papaiouanou, Kostas Lapithiotis and many others, these individuals set a hugely significant example, and that legacy should not be forgotten. It must be remembered. I think that politically the stand that was taken by the volunteers delayed the rise of fascism and Hitler, and maybe indirectly contributed to the defeat of fascism ultimately. Because had there not been this stand, perhaps Hitler could have come to power more quickly and more strongly. It was important that the stand was taken. And I would like to pay tribute to Philippos Strongos. I think the title of his book, Spanish Thermopylae, is a very clever and wise title, because just as Leonidas and the 300 took a stand in the defeat of the Persians, this was a very similar act. And so you may say that the 300 lost. They may have lost the battle, but in the long run, the war was won. And I believe that those who stood for freedom in Spain set an example, and that example was a very strong one. And that is why I think this conference has an important role in communicating to future generations the significance of that role. So whilst my father and others were obviously upset that there was not a victory, I think they were also proud of having taken an important stand against fascism that contributed to the ultimate defeat of fascism.